G'day, this is Ghostwolf and I suck at Minecraft. I also hate the Nether, but as I mentioned in last week's episode, that is where we're going. And it's actually pretty early on in the game to be heading to the Nether. I don't have any obsidian, and I certainly don't have any diamonds to mine obsidian with. So I'm heading back down into, I want to say, my mine. I mean, I found redstone at the bottom of this hole, so technically it's really just a hole. But that is the level where diamond generates, so I'm gonna dig on down to the bottom. So I'm just picking a random direction, I don't even know which way I went, and started digging. Did I not tell you that this was the luckiest mine in the world? So what I'm doing here is exposing the diamond vein, because this is also the level where lava lakes generate. Nobody wants lava falling on their head when they're mining ore, and they definitely do not want their precious diamonds falling into a pool of lava. Though if there was lava right here, that would be very convenient because I could use that to make obsidian. This is an 8-block vein, which I think is the largest that a diamond vein can generate. So I'm just going to use this iron pickaxe to get my sparklies. And then we're going to head on over to a lava pool. So this is a surface lava pool that I found, and I've just taken some of these sand blocks out to let the water flow in and convert it to obsidian. And working around lava always gives me anxiety, so I'm just gonna have a really good look around. The suspended sand blocks also give me anxiety, even though there's no reason for them to update and fall on me. And I was so focused on this whole idea of get the diamonds, get the obsidian, that I didn't even make a diamond pickaxe, and I'm carrying those diamonds with me, which is just about the dumbest thing you can do when there's lava in the vicinity. Fortunately, I do have this chest, so I'm going to completely empty my inventory, which means that should the worst happen, at least most of my stuff will have been safe. And as I mentioned, working around lava is inherently dangerous, but you can make it less dangerous by letting the water flow over the obsidian as you're working. So what will happen now is that if there is lava underneath an obsidian block, the water will convert it to obsidian as well, and that usually happens fast enough that even if the broken block falls straight down, it will usually fall on obsidian instead of burning up. And I'm just going to speed through this a bit because mining obsidian is a very slow process. Obsidian is insanely hard. And at some point, I'm sure that I will have efficiency on my diamond pickaxe. That point is not now, because I haven't even started with enchantments, because that also requires diamond and obsidian. And either I don't understand water mechanics, or water mechanics are kinda screwy, because you can see that this water is flowing south, but not north. And that is most likely due to the fact that water will flow down wherever possible, and there is that one block deeper where I accidentally cut the stone underneath. But because this water just does not want to cover the north part of the pool, which obviously it did before to make the obsidian, but I'm going to open up another hole over this side, which hopefully won't suffer from the same problem. And it did, but we fixed it. That's the thing that matters. So this is plenty of obsidian for what I'm going to be doing. So I'm not going to bother with trying to get the rest of that lava pool, at least not right now. I may come back to this particular location in the future. And I do have a vague sort of policy that I call zero environmental impact, which is unless I am clearly strip mining an area or terraforming it, I like to leave the terrain in roughly the same or better shape than I found it. And so I haven't completely rebuilt the sandbank here, but I have blocked off the water for now. So this dirt tower is at coordinates 00, which is not far from the village, and in turn not far from my spawn point. And this is going to be the central Nether portal for my portal transport system. And as I explore and set up bases further afield, they'll each come back to this point. And that's why I wanted to have it at 0, 0, because that way there is absolutely no math in finding out where I need to head towards. I'm also towering up to build the portal at Y100. And the reason for that is that the Nether has an underground type of generation, in that not only does it have bedrock below, but it also has a bedrock ceiling. And Y100 probably isn't even high enough to spawn a portal in the upper area where the netherrack is effectively clinging to the ceiling. But it was a nice round number and I didn't want to go too high. Although it did turn out to be a problem, and you will see why in a moment. I don't know it yet, but I've already created the first problem for myself. So I'm spiraling up in a 5x5 square, and a nether portal has to be at least 4 blocks across. So if I stick with the 5x5 structure, my nether portal is either not going to be centered, or it's going to be as wide as the platform itself. And this is an ongoing problem for me, in that I never think big enough. I need to just make everything 10 times bigger than I was initially planning. So I'm just double checking that's anxiety for you. But I am double and triple checking that I am at coordinates 0, 100, 0. And that is where I want the center of my portal to be. And although I have enough obsidian, I'm still using black concrete as the corners, and I think I'm going to go back and change that. When I do the tower itself and I actually build up the tower around the portal, I think I might replace those with obsidian just for the appearances of it, because it will look better that way. So I'm realizing that my platform isn't big enough, and I'm extending it out. And I think at this stage I'm starting to realize that at 5x5, or even larger than 5x5, there isn't really enough room for this dirt staircase I was building, and that I am certainly not going to be able to get down the same way that I climbed up. I already have a rough idea that I do want to build some sort of nether brick tower, and I do want it to be kinda circular. But I'm not sure. So I've definitely realized that I have no idea how I'm going to get down right now. But there is a river below me, and if you land in water, you don't take any fall damage. I am, however, notorious for misjudging these jumps, and I missed. Fortunately, spawn is not very far away. It's not the first time that I have died by throwing myself off a high place and landing on the ground at the bottom instead of the water just 1 or 2 blocks in front of me. And now my inventory is all messed up, and I'm gonna have to rearrange the blocks to be the way I like them, because it has to be torches, then pickaxe, axe, shovel. Always these items. So now we will try to get back up to the tower. As if falling wasn't embarrassing enough as it is. So I want to get rid of all of these dirt blocks first, because they're just in the way right now. And hopefully try not to fall again. So I also appear to be out of cobblestone, but being the weirdo that I am with my environmental impact policy, I don't necessarily want to just strip the closest stone. I also don't particularly want to fall into a chasm, so we're just going to leave that be. Torches. Not the most efficient way to kill a cow. But I do have in my possession a poor man's elevator. And there are many types of elevators. There are elevators that are powered by redstone, elevators that utilize minecarts. There are water elevators which are cheap and simple and very fast. But for sheer ease of use, you can't go past the scaffolding elevator. And it's not really even an elevator at all. But the way that scaffolding works makes it near perfect for the application. You can walk directly into the scaffolding, it has no collision box, and then you simply hold a button to climb up or down. It's safe, easy, and unmessy. So I'm delaying right now. I'm trying to put off that actual moment of lighting the Nether portal and going through. Oh, I need some torches to melt the snow. And if I have torches on the ground, I don't need them up here. Because I am actually high enough up that it snows instead of rains. So here we go. The big moment. I do hate the Nether. I really do. And situations like these do not help at all. So there's a Nether fortress across there, which is a pretty lucky find, but I am standing on a platform high above an ocean of lava. This is not an ideal situation. Welp, there's nothing for me to do here anyway. I was simply creating the portal for later use, which I will connect up when I have a second portal to travel to. So I've come across an unforeseen problem. My portals don't connect. That means that I'm going to have to go back into the Nether and build a platform at 0, 0 in much the same way that I built this platform. And then I'm going to have to take down the 2 extra portals that I don't want. But that is a task for another day, because at this stage I don't even have anywhere in the Nether that I need to travel to. So we can safely shelve that until I've set up a Nether portal in the Woodland Mansion. And at this stage I'm still deciding where I want to locate that inside the mansion. Part of me wants to put it underground, but if I do that, then building up from around Y50 back up to Y100 inside the Nether is going to kind of defeat the purpose of having put the original portal up at Y100, which, as you saw, was nowhere near the ceiling and was way too low. But again, problems for another day. Thank you for watching. This has been Ghost Wolf. Hit that like button if you enjoy my content. Be sure to subscribe, and if you would like to teach YouTube's algorithm that you want to keep seeing this stuff, why don't you watch another one of my episodes? I can be found on Twitter and on Patreon. Links are below. And until next time, cheers!